Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Raphael's Insights. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome you into the world of esoteric, the divine, the beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. People have been asking me in my comments, or I saw a comment that was asking me about food shortages. So today's video is on food shortages, and we're gonna go straight into it because today I don't have too much time to do a long video, but we're gonna go straight into it. And the question's gonna be: is there going to be food shortages this year? But in my visions, I'm not too worried about food, because in terms of food, we just have to adapt ourselves. We have to adapt ourselves with, we eat meat, we'll eat chicken. There's something wrong with chicken, then eat meat. There's something wrong with chicken and meat, eat eggs. There's always something for us to eat. But there's no need to panic, there's no need to stress, there's no need to freak out over this. Really, the only thing that I'm more worried about is water, because they keep giving me this message about the need to find drinking water and bathing water. That is a very strong phrase that they keep telling me. But let's go straight into it. Remember, if you like this video, hit the like button. And in order for you to request a video, you have to requested it in the comment section, and then I'll make it for you, and I post roughly 2 times a week. So these videos are to inform you with whatever it is that you're worried about, or whatever it is that you guys want to know about. Okay, so let's look at food shortages. I gotta concentrate, and then I'll give you and then I'll pull out the cards. I'll give you the answer. So I have to concentrate really good, and then I'll pull out the cards. Okay. So the first thing that comes out here with the card of the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles tells me that farmers have been having a rough time with growing vegetation. They've been having a rough time with growing anything, really. In one part, it's showing me that in the past it was very fruitful, that things were let's say, out of like 7 plants that they planted, all 7 will sprout. And now it's been more of like, out of 7 plants that they plant, 1 thing has sprouted and 1 thing has gave its fruits. So as of right now, I absolutely am seeing food shortages. There's nothing to panic about. Again, all we have to do is adapt ourselves, open ourselves to new things. If there is a food shortage on something that we normally like to eat, stop being selfish, eat something else. Stop being greedy, and stop being so focused on what you want, and adapt yourself. There's no need to freak out. But I do see food shortages. In terms of when are we going to hear about food shortages, or what, because in terms of my visions, they're showing me in a couple days we're going to begin to see food shortages, or we're going to begin to hear about food shortages. Because in terms of time wise, they're giving me 7 to 6 days. We're going to start hearing, or we're going to start seeing stuff about food shortages. But in terms of like, when do we begin to see it more? It's going to be towards the end of the year, towards like mid to the end of the year. But in May, I also see it begins to move, and the concern that people start freaking out more so around May for food shortages, from what I'm looking at here. But there's 2 different energies here. In one energy, it says that farmers, in terms of vegetation, in terms of I don't know if it's vegetables or if it's fruit, they haven't really been able to grow anything. Either in one part, it's because there's too much water, and they're not able to grow because of too much water. In another part, it's because it's too dry. Nothing's growing because it's too dry. It seems like the elements are against the growth of vegetation. There's this energy of conflicts due to nature. It just hasn't been cooperating with them to be able to grow anything. But I do see food shortages. Like I said, I see it more so like news about it within like the next 7 days, or people start talking about it more so around the next 7 days. And then in May, we start seeing like a concern for it. but I'm not seeing like food shortages specifically where everybody's freaking out over it. It seems to be more so like around like towards the end of the year, towards like August, September, around that time. But I also see like an issue with water, because like I said, they keep telling me this message of the need to find drinking water and bathing water, and I keep seeing that, and I've told you on my other social medias, on the ones where I predict about the future, I've told you guys that I keep seeing something going on with water. And just recently there's this bacteria that's moving, that's antibiotic, like it's resistant to antibiotics, right? And I see multiple things. I see contaminations. I see a sickness that's moving in water, and it's going to affect us. But it's going to reach multiple places, because I'm seeing it in Latin America as well. I'm seeing it in the United States, and I'm seeing it almost like it's making its way around. Now, is it by somebody moving it around? That's another thing. Is it by the balloon that China flew over the United States? That's another thing. But it's not going to be a coincidence that there was a balloon over Latin America, I believe Canada, and the United States, right? It's not going to be a coincidence, because all those three places where the balloons were at are going to see problems with water. Now, I also see an issue with meat. I just recently saw that a farmer or a dairy farm, I believe, caught on fire and 18,000 cows died. But that's just the first thing that I saw over that. Now, in my visions, I'm seeing problems with meat. Like if there's a shortage on meat as well. So it's multiple different things. It's vegetation, either vegetables or fruits, and then also like meats as well. I'm seeing an issue with like meats for some reason. The other thing is I see like people, aside from the shortages of what we just talked about, I also see like shortages with water bottles, or shortage with water. And what else do I see? What was the other thing that I saw? Or toilet paper once again. But I feel like the toilet paper issue is more towards the end of the year as well. More towards the end of 2023. But other than that, you guys, I do see more food shortages. Again, all we have to do is adapt. You don't like guacamole, but that's the only thing that's been growing, and you can put it on like a piece of bread. Eat that. You'll survive. Try not to be so picky and selfish when there's food shortages. Try not to stock up on too much, because you just make the situation much worse. And that's what people are going to do. It's like once they start panicking, people are going to start buying in bulk, and it makes things much worse. But all we have to do is adapt. We don't like to eat something, but that's all there is to eat. That's what we have to eat. All we have to do is adapt, and we'll be fine. The only issue that I'm really concerned about is the water issue, because water we cannot live without. Food, we can find resources of food in many different aspects, but water is a little bit harder to find, drinking water. So that's the only thing that I have a concern about. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And it's always a pleasure to bring you guys these videos. And let me know what else you guys want me to film about. Leave it in the comment section below, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.